This is all it takes to make a plant of this size. The reason why you'd want to plant comfrey is for some of the same reason that may make you decide not to plant it. As you can see, this is the very center of a row of plants right here, right behind this, that we don't know what it is, but you can see how big it can get. And in the summertime, when it's actively growing, it'll reach at least twice this height. So if you're trying to plant a nice and neat, orderly garden bed, this could shade out some of the other plants. I planted because I want all of this green manure to grow and for energy to go into the soil. So I actually prefer that it grows this large and can cover more of the soil, which will protect the ground and increase the life in the soil. This is on the other side of that same planting right in the back. And another reason why I use it is because I want to create a rhizome barrier so that grasses don't creep into this centerpiece, which we still haven't made like final plans for, but I do want that to be free from grasses. So I'm going to dig this plant up and I'll show you just the amount of roots and like basically the wall that it puts in between anywhere that you don't want things creeping in. And I'll also show you exactly how it can spread, which is another danger, but also possibly a pro. So this is the taproot of a comfrey plant, and it is massive. I barely got very deep down, but this thing is, compared to my hand, you can see how big it is. And that wasn't even the whole thing. But to give you an idea of what it takes, I'm not even sure if that's a comfrey, give you an idea of what it takes for one of these plants to grow. This is all it takes to make a plant of this size. Here over at this smaller garden space anyways, because I wanted to dig up this plant not only to multiply the plants in that location, but I wanted to get a lot more of these root fragments to plant here and over at my house, because now with that larger chicken pen or chicken coop, chicken yard, and a couple other places where it's a little bit thin, I could really use more of a vigorously growing plant that provides a nectar source for pollinators. So I'm actually going to go through and dig more of this up. But if you're interested in getting comfrey, just be aware that it's incredibly hard to get rid of. There's ways that you can continuously chop it throughout the year that'll finally eradicate it. But just, if you plant one of these, it's going to grow and it's going to be really hard to get rid of. But it's a very beneficial plant. It's got a deep taproot, and it pulls up a whole bunch of different nutrients from the soils that can be used to benefit your garden. So thank you for watching. And I actually have some leaves that need to be spread out along the rest of my property. So I'm going to do that before it gets too dark out. But I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye-bye.
Hello, Lucy's. You want to say hello? Hi, Lucy. Whoa! Slow down, Lucy. You're scary.